Shalom, people. This is Brother Lyles coming at you with another video, and this is something that I'm going to talk about that is very upsetting to me as a black man, as a Hebrew man here in America, that I have to hear these different things on the news and other areas, and really it's no defense that I can bring against it. But as this event that happened with the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore happened, and it has to be the Most High that's trying to wake our people up. Because although I do believe that, as I stated in some videos, that he's gonna make, I guess, conditions for me, my understanding, so uncomfortable in this nation that we're gonna have to get up and leave, because we can kind of see this with what's going on with the migrants. This article I'm getting ready to read is gonna bring it home even more about what we are facing. But that's some of the stuff that is happening. We got to lay square on the shoulders of ourselves and on the shoulders of our black religious and political leaders, if you want to call them that. But when this Key Bridge thing came down, the call out was, hey, we had six people that were killed that fell into the water. They was able to recover some of the bodies, and then slowly but surely you start understanding, hey man, these are not white people, these are not black people that fell into the water working on that bridge. These were Hispanic people. And I was like, hold up, this is Baltimore, right? This is Baltimore. This is a chocolate city. I've been to Baltimore. It's very, very, very rich city for black people in many parts. I think at one time Baltimore County, and it could be still, was one of the county in America that had the greatest amount of black wealth. I think most of those were people that was working in with Congress and contractors and people that are in that area, black people that live in that area. But anyway, it was puzzling to me, right? And I was just started listening more and more, and then they started talking. It was another report where it was this Hispanic dude, and he said he was over some steel workers union that was in that area, and he said we got over 100,000 steel workers, in Rasa. He was something to do with Rasa. I know what Rasa is, something to do with it means the race, right? The Hispanics. But he was like, we got 100,000 steel workers just waiting to deal with this tragedy. And I said, hold up. First of all, I was saying, we got a black mayor of Baltimore. You got a majority black population in Baltimore. You have high crime in Baltimore because of lack of jobs or whatever, which we ain't gonna go into that too much in depth, except that there's no excuse for what's going on with our people killing each other like that. But let's continue on. That I think, well, I'm not going to get ahead because I want to read the article and I'm going to go with it. But just the fact that this Hispanic guy that was over this union for steel workers said, hey, we were waiting for the thing to start opening up, to clean up the debris and everything, and he said, and I'm saying to myself, they're saying it's going to take several years. You got a black mayor. You got a black governor of Maryland. I'm saying, where are the black steel workers? And I'm sure it's gonna be some that's gonna be, I'm saying, but overall, that you could start telling these young black men there in Baltimore, DC area, hey, look, get to the trade schools, get to, this thing is going to take years to build. Here's something to get you off the streets. Here's something to do. And which, even if you had a bad background check, when it comes to steel work, it's tough work, but it is very, pays very well. It pays very, very well. It's just like those people that work on the electrical lines. It's very dangerous, but it pays very, very, very well. I'm talking about, you get one of those jobs. Again, it's you put in all the different situations. You're gonna be bringing in income on the level of a doctor or a lawyer with those kinds of jobs, because again, they are very dangerous jobs, and people a lot of times don't want to do them. I'm saying, where are our people at? Where are our leaders? Where are our black? And we're gonna get to that point, but let me read the article first, because what it is showing me is they're basically saying, carte blanche, we got these jobs, we're going to take over them, right? And I'm saying to our people, you got to do better. But let's read this article here. And this is an article coming from the Economics Time, right? And the name of the article is Immigrants Killed in Baltimore Bridge Collapse Died Doing Jobs Others, they got it in quotations, do not want to do, right? And the synopsis is 6 immigrants died in the Pulaski River after the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsed. Hispanic workers face high job risk. U.S. election focus on immigration. Community leaders support victims' family in Baltimore. And it says, they came to the United States for a chance at a better life. They found work filling potholes on a bridge in the middle of the night, and they ended up dead in the Baltimore harbor. And I remember they was interviewing one of the guys that was part of this crew. I guess it was their company that was contracted out to do these jobs, and they were speaking straight in Spanish. They didn't know no English, so they got it. But let's keep reading. He said the 6 victims of the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse were all immigrants from Mexico and Central America, doing the kind of grueling work that many immigrants take on when a container ship crashed into a support pillar at 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday and sent them plunging into the icy Patapsco River. Divers pulled the bodies of Alejandro Hernandez Fuentes and Delarian Castillo from a red pickup truck 25 feet underwater the following day. 4 are missing and presumed dead. Manor Cesar from Honduras, Jose Lopez from Guatemala, Miguel Luna from El Salvador, and others whose names have not been released. 2 other workers were rescued. And 2 other workers were rescued. The news rippled through Baltimore's Hispanic community, which has nearly doubled in size in recent years, transformed the modest row house neighborhoods near the sprawling port complex. Churches held vigils for missing workers, and advocacy groups raised more than $98,000 for the victims' families. Some said they were not surprised that all of the victims were immigrants, even though they account for less than 10% of the population in Baltimore's largest city. Let me stop right here and say this. Although I know it's definitely, like they said, jobs that, people say that they're not going to do. These jobs are not only important jobs. They're not like you going out, because you got to start somewhere. If you're going to work on the roads, you got to start somewhere and work your way up. So yeah, they would just, quote unquote, fill in potholes. But eventually they was going to learn other trades. They was going to learn the steamrollers, different things like that, and then move up and make great amounts of money. So you're telling me they make less than 10%, but they're doing these jobs, and now they're set with this Francis Scott Key Bridge, or whatever they rename it after, to make great amounts of money because your behind don't want to get out there and do this. And now, rightfully so, they can say this, that we doing the jobs that others won't do because our people. I just got through making a video that we don't know where our strength come. It was one time that our people did do these different things and they got the strength to go out there and do them, and then they was able to work their way up. I can remember back in my day, most of the highway jobs that you've seen here in North Carolina, because North Carolina used to be called the highway state. We used to have some of the best highways in the nation. Most of those crews were black people. And of course, they had the chain gang. They had some of the workers that were working on the roads that were our people. But I'm saying even the crews outside that were working for the city and the state outside of those that were prisoners were our people. They were our people making good money. My wife's uncle, who passed away some years ago, that's where he made his money. He used to work on a highway crew. He had a sister, my wife's aunt, which was her mother's sister. She was a teacher. And here, the brother was a construction guy. He was making more than her as a teacher. And I know you said, well, teachers don't make that much anyway, but I'm just saying the thing of going through school and getting all the education and everything, which those are needed too. But I'm saying he was making good money. All the construction jobs here, crews and stuff that I seen here in the state of North Carolina when I grew up were black. They was building everything. Even the projects that I moved into back in 1975, those houses were being built by black construction crews. And every 7 years, they would have these same crews come back and paint the houses. Because back then, they didn't have vinyl siding. It was all over the city, all over the county, all over the state. They went away. Why? Something happened. Easy money. People out say, man, I can get out here. Spirit of pharmakeia, except we repent of this. This is grunt. This stuff has done great damage to our people. That now, like I said, it's embarrassing to me. I'm saying when I read that, because it's true. And you cannot blame them. They are doing it, but they're gonna reap the benefits of it, right? You in Baltimore area, DC area, doing all this killing and shooting, robbing and stuff of you, going to the prisons at a great clip. Now these ones who have patiently, and even here, lives were lost doing their work, they're going to be set to make a great amount of money and have an impact upon that area. You watch. Now they're gonna bum rush. They get ready to bum rush. Listen to me. If the Most High delay is coming, you heard it from me first, or maybe not me first. I'm pretty sure others said too. They're gonna bum rush DC and Baltimore, and they're gonna give them access because DC and Baltimore have Democratic mayors, both of them, and Maryland has a Democratic governor. They get ready to bum rush y'all, and you ain't gonna have nobody to blame but yourself. I went to Baltimore some years ago for some schools. I was there for several months, and it's in bad shape. It's really bad shape. But the problem with this is because of the access to DC and all those things, and those people in power that want to have. They want their drug appetite supply and different things. There's a lot of people in DC, Baltimore area that don't want to do these quote unquote jobs, right? They say, hey, I make more money doing this or whatever. But where does it end you out? The Bible said, woe unto the city that is built on unrighteousness. And so these migrants that you have left come in now, they're and rightfully so. They're gonna come in and they're gonna swoop in, and they're gonna that which you have, right? The talent that you had in your hand. The Bible said in Matthew 25 in the parable, or the one that had the one talent, and said, I'm gonna take the talent, I'm gonna put it underground because it ain't my talent or whatever, right? It ain't mine, to put to the exchanges. These people, they coming in, they started with the pot, filling the potholes. Now they getting ready to build the bridge. And don't be surprised when they finish this bridge, they name it a Hispanic name. And you and all your cronies that don't want to do these quote unquote jobs, which by the way, like I said, you got access to some of the strongest unions in the country, and I'm pretty sure it's some black people, it's in them steel workers unions and all these different things. Then why is these people out here, whether they just got out of prison or whatever. You talking about steel work. I'm saying it's a tough job. You look, you paid your dues to society or whatever, and you saying it's a hard time finding a job. You can get some kind of scholarship to send you to some kind of trade school and learn about steel work and get out there, because it is a tough and dangerous job. But it pays you money. It will put you on a level over time of doctors and lawyers. But you don't want to do that. You want to go back to doing that, and you're going to pay the price. You're going to pay the price, and rightfully so. But I'm here to tell you, turn it around. Someone get with the mayor of Baltimore. Someone get with the governor of Maryland. Tell them they need to be putting a clarion call out to the black youth. I'm sure there's enough. You got Townsend State, which is partnered with some school up there for engineering. It's one of the better engineering schools in that part of the country, that you can't get some black engineers that's going to be working on helping with that bridge, that you can get it together. Black people, get it together. Hebrew people up there, you don't have no excuse. Now is your time. If you believe you're the people, now you got to exercise that right and get out there and do something about it. Because if you're not, and already the barges is moved in, they already starting to remove sections of the thing. I'm telling you, if you sleep on this one, it's gonna be too late. They're gonna get them all out there, and understand this, because you see, they're not speaking no English, right? So if they ain't speaking no English, they're only speaking Spanish, and they getting these companies, and they ain't gonna pull you into that company. You better get out there. You better form your own things. You better start getting some of these young cats out here that say that they want to be rappers and all this. Somebody need to go slap them upside the head. Some of them out there that's doing all this crazy stuff, that's getting them put in jail, and they ain't getting them in. Somebody need to slap them upside the head and say, go to that trade school, get that certification, is still working, so you can get out here and help get some honest money coming back into Baltimore. You understand? We got to stop this madness. But it just really irritated me when I seen it, because it is a true statement, and our people don't have no excuse, right? And so you can't get mad at them. Right? Yeah, we got to do better. We gotta do better. I'm hoping that, again, we start seeing this. Where is Al Sharpton? Where's all of this standing up and saying, look, we understand the loss and everything, but we're going down to Baltimore, and when we go in the DC area, we're going to all them surrounding places and tell them, hey, get these young black men, these young black women, get them in line, and tell them to get in line for those jobs to help rebuild that bridge. Because look, they're gonna probably have to collapse the remaining part of the bridge that didn't fall. They got to clear all that. They're gonna probably have to reroute stuff. They're gonna have to rebuild roads and different things. This is a project that's gonna take several years, and this is gonna be billions of dollars pouring into the area, right? Because they're gonna probably end up redoing the harbor, all of that stuff. not to mention the longshoreman jobs and stuff. And if they rebuild the harbor and redesign it, there's gonna be tens of thousands of jobs there. That's gonna be, they already got 8,000, they said, dock workers, but I'm sure longshoremen, it's gonna be more. Get our black people into them longshoremen schools or whatever you go through. Get them into this. Right now, we know that AI is going to come around and robotics and different things is going to come. But still, for the most part, this is it. Yeah, it is demanding work, but it is very well paying benefits. I'm telling you, do it. Army Corps engineers, those of you that are black veterans, uh, they're going Army Corps engineer. This is a civilian job. Now it is military positions within, but a lot of the Army Corps engineer jobs are civilian. You need to if you got any experience in that area, you need to sign up. I'm dropping stuff for you to understand that you need to act on right now, because they're clearing out stuff as we speak. As we speak. Please. I'm telling you, because everyone that's coming across that border, all of them are not just farm workers. Some of them are engineers. Some of them are mathematicians. Some of them are ex-military and whatever, got expertise. And although they might not speak the language, they'll be able to work around that. I'm telling you. Remember what America did in order to build the railroads out west. Back east, they used slave labor, but back west, they brought in Chinese. They brought in Chinese immigrants to help build the railroad. So this is your opportunity, your chance. So I know this, what might be unexpected, but it was just an observation I made. So with that, I'm hoping that I will be able to find some more information. I'm hoping that in a week or maybe in a month or so, I'll be able to come back with some good news that hey, it was some black unions and whoever that stood up and said, hey, yeah, we want in on this. How many of the billion? I'm ready to end, but it was a bridge and highway work. Right here in North Carolina, it was this bridge that had been set. Bridges. It was 2 bridges and some highway work that needed to be done. And the federal government, they when they finally funded it, they had to fund it at close to $500 million for 2 bridges and some highway work. And it took some years. It wasn't over. Was it? I don't think it was 5 years. It was over 3. But can you imagine the amount of money that was being paid out? You know what I'm saying? Because they had to get it done because it was part of 85. So they had to get it done. So that meant they was paying out. So I'm telling you, just highway work, construction work, bricks, all that, it's hard work, but it pays well. So with that, I'm going to ask you to give this video a thumbs up. I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. I'm going to ask you to subscribe. Be blessed.